This week's vlog has me and Edward going to Georgetown, then Austin, Texas for a quick weekend trip. Come along. Edward originally wanted to come to the museum because they had an atlatl, which is like a spear that the indigenous North Americans used to hunt with. Edward now uses it to catch his prospective girlfriends. He was originally coming on this trip alone, but since I have unhealthy boundaries, I took over the trip and invited myself. It ended up being a cool museum, and we learned quite a bit about the native peoples of the area, before white people. This was part of the exhibit about cowboys in Texas, which was cute. I wonder how many Britney Spears songs are in that book. This part of the exhibit highlighted Victorian mourning. They would have their curtains closed and mirrors covered until after the funeral so the deceased's image wouldn't get trapped in the looking glass. Then, as if we already hadn't done enough for the day, we went to a nearby area so Edward could find chert. For the one person who cares, chert is a type of sedimentary rock. I think he wanted to make an arrow, but I can't recall. He's single, by the way. Edward is on a quest to look for some kind of rock. He's looking for chert. Wait, bring that back. Fixed it. After unsuccessfully locating this sedimentary rock, we gave up and decided to check into our Airbnb. Let's take a tour. We decided on this RV Airbnb, and it also had an outhouse and a shower on the side of the main house. It was cute. Pretty cool. Did the instructions say we could use the fire? Okay, so. Needless to say, I held it until we got to a proper restroom and didn't bathe that night. We were only there for 2 days, barely. I am far too bootylicious to be giving free peeks to the neighbors. Next, we were super hungry, so we headed into Austin to eat some pho. I'm normally not an adventurous eater at all when it comes to my everyday palate, but on vacation, I try all kinds of new things, including grand larceny. Here we are enjoying our delicious meal and boba.
Nope, too spicy. You want some hoisin sauce? What's that? I don't know what it is.
The next morning, we made our way back to Austin, and first stop was a beverage at Revival. It was supposed to taste like Fruity Pebbles. It was nice, but I'm still not sold on matcha. I like this mural a lot. For those of you that don't know what a concha is, here you go. And here's Charles Manson. Then it was time for breakfast. The place we really wanted to go to had an obscenely long line, so instead we went to this donut food truck. We then arrived at the Blanton Museum. I really liked the Oscar Munoz exhibit. I liked his process and what he did with images and printing. This white building is what I initially thought was the entire Blanton Museum, but it turns out it's a piece of art in itself. We were less impressed with it as an art piece than it as being a nice building. After an action-packed 2 days, it was time for pizza, then for us to head back to Dallas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.